Day 52. Today's gonna be a big push. Morning. Boys in the corner doing concrete, mixing up stuff already. The walls were finished over the back for the weekend. Well, not finished, but nearly, as you can see. Spinning around. So as you can see, we had a bit of rain last night, unfortunately. So be careful I don't get bogged in. Oh God. So the actual wall itself was plastered, but the columns weren't quite finished. They started obviously doing some of the actual finishing there, look, but didn't get it quite finished. But the wall was nearly done. They didn't finish inside here, but that wasn't part of the plan. And the outside of the walls were starting to backfill, which is going to be one of the main jobs today, which will show you what I mean. I think I actually did this, I think I recorded this anyway on Saturday, but yeah, so it's starting to backfill. So today's going to be very muddy in the roads here. Because we've had quite a bit of rain as well, so it's going to be bloody muddy. But yeah, backfilling the walls. Ideally we should be painting them before we backfill them anyway, but anyway, that's where we are with that. So today's aim is going to be probably to get that electrics moved, get that wall rebuilt down, get that plastered, get that one finished off, get that one finished off, get the caps on. So you can see that one's got the cap on, poured, flush, nice and straight. This has got to be done as well. So plenty to be done. I'm going to sit with the site manager now to find out what the plan is. I'm going to, again, unfortunately I'm not on site all day today, so I'll give you an update later on when I return. But fingers crossed. These will be poured later on today as well. Caps on, and then these boards also will carry on out as well, because we want to put some dust sheets at the very, very top to protect the neighbours. So that's where we are so far. 2:05. Quite a bit happening. We're now starting to dig out, which is great news. Let me have a quick look and show you what that looks like. So this is the centre of the house. This is where the columns are going to go right through to hold up the ground floor, and then right through a block wall up to the ceiling. They're doing that right around the outsides. It's actually happening here as well. These orange lines, that will be dug out as well. Try and dodge all the big mud. And then you've got a couple of columns coming through the front here as well. This is going to be one massive column here. This is going to be holding up the front, because this is basically all of this here. Right along here is going to be, all of this is going to be windows, and from here all the way over there, that's all going to be windows as well. So there's a massive roof being held up, so that's going to be in the middle holding that up. Guys are plastering the actual inside of the wall, so we're going to try and get that backfilled as well. Obviously they're digging out all the way around, so basically this is where all the footings will be sunk into the ground, so that when the concrete slab is poured, it'll be one level surface, which is where the last guy went wrong. He tried to do the footings and the slabs separate, which then creates cold joints. Again, you'll have a column here. This is where basically there's going to be a set of patio doors here upstairs. There'll be another one here, another one there, another one there. So it's 4 sets of bifolds all facing that way. Obviously, now that we've worked out that the building is wider, this is pretty much where the building came to here. And as you can see now, we're coming right over here. So now these batter boards will have to move, as will the batter board over there. So, and on top of that, we're also going to have to, unfortunately, dig further over. So probably, again, like I said last time, over to where that pallet is, we're probably going to have to dig out there. So all of that mud there along is going to have to come out as well. The guys are building up the actual fencing and the dust protection for next door. This brick wall has been plastered both sides, and the detail's been going on, but they've got to finish that off. So yeah, things are happening. There's a few people that aren't here today as well, because they've been let go, so they've not been performing. So I think there's been a bit of a shake-up on site as well, so people are feeling that this needs to start getting a bit more serious. When you actually see one of your friends you've been working with not turning up the following day, you start asking questions. So at this present time, it's all working quite well. All of this has got to come back out as well. All this here, that's all got to come back out, because that's still damp, and that's going to have to be solid now, as will the bit over by the pool as well. That's all going to have to be dug out and redone, which is painful, but that's the way it is. Columns. Columns obviously being filled in on these walls as well, and that's going to happen all the way along. and obviously that will then be capped and taken up as well, and then again dust sheeting will be put across there as well to try and help the neighbour from the noise and the dust. But yeah, lots more happening today. So going into the ground is amazing. There's going to be a DPM that's now got to go down, so rubber sheeting's got to go along into the footings. That's after they do a thing called a blinding, so it's like a 2-inch fine concretey marl that they lay down, and then they roll that, and then they put a DPM down, and then everything lays on top of that. So that's going to be in the next stages. So other than that, quite a lot happening today, so I'll be back later on today and I'll give you an update on how day 51's actually gone. Okay, so it's 6 o'clock, just returned. Met some nice young lads who seem to be from the area, which is lovely. Okay, updates. What's going on now? So they managed to plaster the inner wall all the way through, which is great. Obviously they leave the top part because it's got to be capped and filled. They've managed to plaster the pillars on this wall. So they managed to plaster those through all the way down. What else? Okay, footings all dug out already, no messing around. Let's have a quick look here. Okay, so that's good. So the foundations are pretty much excavated out. Obviously here we're going to have some bigger pillars here, so obviously they've stepped out a bit more. They've taken it all the way down, which is good to see. Looks like they've already started something more compacting as well, which is brilliant all the way around. Yeah, a little bit of filling there. I've done that all the way around. Good stuff. And lift their bag out. Not good. Okay, and their roof's nearly ready for their shed. So that's good. So we're going to have one big pillar here. Obviously that's been dug out. This one's going to be reasonably big as well, so they might need to dig a bit more out on that one, but that seems okay. Again, another pillar here. So that's good. And they're also going to have to move all of that over the back as well. So some great progress, which is good news. Still got quite a bit of work to do over on this side, which is a real shame, but I'm sure we'll get that sorted soon. And then what they're also going to end up doing is, just making sure I'm not digging anything else out. No. What they're also going to have to do is put like a very thin quarter mix, they call it, over the top, about 2 inches. It will finish everything off. They call it a binding or blinding, sorry. And they literally then roll that, and that becomes the surface. And after they've done that, then they'll put the DPM sheeting down over the top, which obviously gives the moisture barrier underneath. All the rebar and the schmocks get laid down onto the floor, and then once they've done that, then obviously they'll start pouring. So I reckon we'll be pouring, hopefully, a week Monday. That's the target. So anyway, day 51, a lot more done today, which is good news, and it looks like they're making a bit of progress with regards to getting everything sorted out with regards to the foundations, because once that's done, everything comes out the ground quick. So quick shout out to my mate Phil, who touched base with me today. I haven't spoken to him for quite some time. Hope you well, buddy. Other than that, over and out.